Hey Wargamers, over the Christmas holiday, Games Workshop officially, not officially announced Kroot are coming to Kill Team, and this is something we've been excited about, expecting for a while. I wasn't really thinking it would happen in this way so soon, but they're here. Kroot are now part of Kill Team, or at least will be in the near future. All this came about because Games Workshop released a preview of the upcoming White Dwarf, January 2019 White Dwarf, and in that preview, they had kind of this, CGI flip through of the entire White Dwarf to say, hey, look at all this cool stuff that's in this magazine that you can't actually make out, but we give you a sense of what's in it. It's a teaser, right? They give you a basic idea of what's going to be coming with this White Dwarf. And as part of that, they wanted to just show off that it wasn't just like a 10-page document, that there was a lot of stuff in there. And in that flip through, if you paused it at just the right time, you got these two images. So here's the first one. It basically just says that Kroot are coming to Kill Team and shows that there are 6 stratagems or tactic cards that you are going to have access to in Kill Team for Kroot. I have no idea what those are going to be. Probably one of them is going to be something like the Kroot tracker ability, or things that are like Dayak Grek's ability. Although he is not going to be part of this release, he is his own datasheet already in Kill Team, so he's not included in this basically chapter approved or White Dwarf supplement for Kill Team. So he's his own thing. We don't have to worry about him. But what we are going to see in this supplement are things that are in this next image here, which are clearly, or not so clearly, Kroot Carnivores, Kroot Hounds, and Krootox Riders in that order. So you see there's 3 data sheets here. And I think this might actually be the entirety of the supplement that is presented in White Dwarf. There might be one more page with things like Shapers in it, but I really don't think so. I think this is probably it. I'm not expecting a Kroot Shaper to be a commander or anything like that. I think we're just going to get these 3 units. And notably, we're not going to see an expansion of the Kroot range. There's no indication that they would be releasing Kroot as an entirely new range as part of this. We're not seeing anything that, screams new models or anything like that. And the reason that I think that that's true is because it would be really unconventional and probably a misstep on their part to release these models or any potential new models as part of a White Dwarf, spur of the moment, more or less supplement, as opposed to part of a full box set like they did with Blackstone Fortress or like they did with Rogue Trader. So if we were to see new Kroot models, I would expect them to be part of a box set like Blackstone Fortress or like Rogue Trader, not as, a few models sprinkled in because of a White Dwarf release. They would have a actual book that goes with them, and the rules for other Kroot units would be in that book, not in a White Dwarf. So that's good news and bad news. It's great news because we can use the models that we already have in Kill Team. It's not so great news because that means we're probably not going to get new Kroot models anytime soon. Kill Team was really the place where I was expecting to see an expansion of Kroot models, not in the main 40k line, but in Kill Team or in Blackstone Fortress. Those types of smaller settings is where having Kroot as a new entity or an expanded faction probably would work out best. Right, you don't have to come up with a whole new set of models. You can add 1 or 2, like Dayak Grek, and come up with a, slightly more fleshed out faction without having to commit to a full codex or anything like that. And so the fact that we're not seeing a book or a, game associated with the Kroot coming into Kill Team really hurts my chances of seeing Kroot come in a newly expanded form into 40k or into those other settings. So, like I said, good news, bad news. Great news is that we have Kroot in Kill Team. Not so great news is that we're probably not going to see any new models anytime soon for them. So let me know what you think in the comments below, and of course, happy wargaming. Hey everyone, this video is made possible by my supporters over on Patreon. If you enjoyed this video, consider joining our community over there as well. Special thanks to No Excuses Panda, Scott Heater, Tao Oswald, Nick Steele, Jared Egler, Scott J. Smith, Stephen Cohen, Brian Mann, Jake Johnson, Eric Jackson, Benjamin, RP, Julian Peck, Andy M. Young, Peter Benjamin Parker, and Giovanni DiMaggio.